The Redmi K100 version has finally arrived, alright? I bought it online. I didn't manage to snag one in stores, so I bought it during the initial online launch. This is pretty much what it looked like when it was delivered. K100 Pro Max. What do you think, guys? I've seen a lot of people online saying this K100 Pro Max isn't worth buying. I don't know why. I think buying it this way is pretty okay. I shouldn't lose too much money on it. Without further ado, let's open the box and take a look. You guys can take a wild guess at what color I bought. This box is a bit hard to open because they use those quick tear strips, so it's a little tougher to get into. K100 Pro Max. To be honest, it's been a long time since I've gotten a new phone. Every time I watch those unboxing videos on my phone, I think to myself that I should record one too. This is the first phone I've bought with money I earned from my summer job. And as for this phone case, I think it's actually pretty nice. But for this kind of hard case, I've seen a lot of people online say it can scratch the frame. So before this, I bought another phone case online, but it hasn't arrived yet. If this one is usable for the short term, I think I can just make do with it for now, and then take a look at the phone. Wow, a 100-watt charging brick. I've never used a 100-watt one before. Let me go check out this phone first. So this is what the phone looks like. I bought the white one because I feel like the red or green ones are just a bit too flashy. I don't like things that are too flashy, so I just bought this white one. Even though it's pretty plain, just ordinary, I think I'm already very satisfied because I haven't changed my phone in a long time. Every time I play games, it lags like crazy. On my screen, these two spots on the sides have big indentations worn into them. It's just pretty frustrating. Watching the launch event last night, I heard it actually added a periscope telephoto lens. I was skeptical at first, because for a gaming phone like Redmi, the idea of a periscope telephoto lens was hard to believe. The reason I bought this Redmi, aside from gaming, was mostly because of what I heard about the screen. Even though they say it's a 1.5K screen, they claimed at the launch event that it's close to 2K. Are they just rounding up to 2K or something? Anyway, I personally don't have very high standards for the screen. I think as long as it works, it's fine. Regardless, 1.5 is still a lot better than my previous one. And then there's this factory installed screen protector. I don't know if you guys would peel it off, but I saw a lot of reviews online a few days ago saying you absolutely shouldn't remove it. But for me, I still want to peel it off because, look, I've just touched it a few times and it's such a fingerprint magnet. I'm still gonna take it off. Whoa! Okay, I've successfully peeled off the factory screen protector. So for this factory screen protector, I think it's just a temporary safeguard for the screen. If you keep it on, honestly, the feel and everything else aren't particularly great. Instead of keeping it, you're better off finding a better screen protector to put on. Also, a couple of days ago, while I was watching the launch event and scrolling through videos, I came across some backgrounds, so I went ahead and bought them. I just prepared these simply, because after I bought the phone, I still had some spare cash on hand, so I just went ahead and bought them. These aren't very expensive either. They're actually quite cheap. Since I invested in a good phone that cost 4,000 or 5,000 yuan, I figured I should protect it properly. It's worth it to keep it in good shape, and it really enhances the overall user experience. First off, there's this cooler. Why did I buy a cooler? Because this one doesn't have a fan. I saw that the K60 Extreme Edition had a fan, so I assumed a fan was unavoidable for the K70 Pro, but who knew? It only has this speaker and no fan. So I bought a cooler to make up for that. Next up is this charger. It's a 3-in-1 charger, and honestly, it can also be used as a stand. However, you need to pair it with a magnetic case to use it because the magnetic force on its own is quite weak. The magnetic case I bought hasn't arrived yet. Once it gets here, I'll demonstrate how to use it for everyone. Next, this power bank and tempered glass screen protector from the same brand. They seem pretty good. Let's check the protector. I got this 3D curved one because people online say it's great for flat screen phones. I'm not sure what a 3D curve is, but it looked good. Let me apply it here and show you guys. I'll take a look at the installation tutorial first. Okay, I just watched the installation tutorial. I'll go ahead and apply it. I think it's pretty simple and easy to get the hang of. Okay, it's basically applied now. It was pretty simple, and there are no bubbles or anything like that. No bubbles, no white edges, which is actually quite good. Also, this screen protector has a certain curvature to it. It doesn't have that obvious sharp cutting feel like some other brands. The edge curvature is very noticeable, and it doesn't seem to pick up fingerprints when you touch it. Compared to the original factory screen protector, this is already much better. Although it still picks up a few fingerprints, it's definitely the original factory protector just can't compare to this. If the original factory protector had this kind of performance, then you wouldn't need to go out and buy an extra tempered glass protector when buying a phone. Now let's unlock it and get to the main topic. Wow, this boot animation is really cool. Let's go in and take a look. Also, for this smart system update, I suggest you turn it off. Otherwise, it'll keep updating automatically, which might not be great for our usage. Now let's set up the fingerprint and see if it works. Let's just try this Mimo first. It says I should only use the official Xiaomi screen protector. Let's see how the screen protector is. The fingerprint registration works fine. No problem at all. Okay, now let's try unlocking it. It unlocks just fine, no issues at all. Okay, setup is complete. Let's start using it. I just connected to Wi-Fi. Let's tap on my device and take a look. It's still using a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chip. Let's take a look at the other specs. A 9,000 milliamp hour battery capacity. I feel like this capacity is almost catching up to that previous Battery King or whatever it was called, the one that claimed to have a 10,000 milliamp hour big battery. It feels like it's about to catch up to it. And another thing, why did it ask me to update right after I turn it on? That's really confusing. So it's better to turn that off right from the start. If you don't, it might just download automatically, which is pretty annoying. Next, let's check out the refresh rate. I heard it's 185 Hz this time. Oh wow, it really is 185 Hz. Let's see the difference. Oh, it's definitely quite smooth, for example. It's really quite smooth. And with this 185 Hz, oh, it has support, but maybe some games still aren't optimized for it yet. I haven't tested that part yet. So while I'm at it, let me ask you all, for those who haven't bought a phone yet but are looking to get one, are there any games you'd like me to help test to see what the max frame rate is? You can post them in the comments. Once I'm done filming, I'll test them one by one for you, and I'll give you the answers in the comments, alright? And that's about it for this video. Welcome to subscribe to my channel. This was just a quick unboxing of my Redmi K100 Supreme Edition, along with the preparations I made before getting it, like the accessories and stuff. On the other hand, it's also a test of the accessories, but the effect and experience are actually quite good. So, that's about it for this video. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.